Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back, and we're working in Roxy's Weekly Challenge today. Really excited about this one. I love making this kind of thing because a different way to make tags is always a good thing, isn't it? You can never have too many tags. So this one is making tags from book pages, and she was inspired to do this by week one, just to do what we did then, but in a slightly different way, and that's all good. I enjoyed doing that one, so I'm going to enjoy doing this one as well. So let's get started. So I've got a bunch of old book pages here. These are all, I believe, from Rachel herself. I recently bought a pack of her antique papers because I really don't have anything like this. All my books that I've bought in local charity shops and things are, not haven't got the nice fonts and the nice look about them. They're okay for backgrounds and for covering up completely, but if you want some of it to show, they're not really what I would like to see, those pages. So these are lovely to use for these kind of projects where you're actually making them a bit more of a star. I've got quite a few here. I don't suppose I make them all, but I thought, well, maybe off camera I might carry on and just make a whole load of bases just so that they're ready to decorate when I need some tags. So I'm going to start with one of these sort of nice middle-sized ones. So I haven't done a prototype or anything. I haven't had to go. I was kind of hoping that actually these wouldn't be too hard to do. So this is quite fragile paper. I think it's already sort of tearing a bit, but I don't think that will matter because this is all going to get covered up anyway. I don't want them all to be too wide. I thought I'm going to try and make a variety of widths, because you don't want the tags to be too big to go in the pockets. At the same time, it's nice to have a few quite good sized ones. That's not straight. There we are. Ooh, there we go. I think that's about right. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to fold a bunch of them. I think this is rag paper. This feels like it's really thick. So I'm sure this is what she calls rag paper. You can see it's kind of got fibres. You can see fibres along the edges. It's kind of soft. So I think this is a rag paper one. So I've got a whole collection of lovely papers from Rachel. So I think my husband rolled his eyes at me because basically I buy these so I can do her challenges. I think that's really pretty much why I buy these papers. But it's fine. I don't mind that because it does mean that I can join in, and I have some lovely pieces of ephemera. And I think I want that one back on the front. No, that on the front. But yeah, that I can use them. I mean, I use the stuff that I've made in all my journals, so it's not as if I'm making them and not using them. So it makes sense for me to have some of these lovely papers. It's okay. I'm just trying to do a variety of different papers here, just so I get some different lengths and different widths. Trying to keep these fold straight, otherwise you end up with a tag that's not quite right. It's quite a wide one. I don't want them all to be too wide. This is a narrower but longer paper. I'm wondering whether, well, if I don't go right to the end, I can always trim off a bit at the bottom afterwards if I leave myself a bit of a gap in case it ends up being too long for whatever pocket it goes in. Trim it down a bit if necessary. Right, so I might just leave these last couple and perhaps do those later. Right, so I'm just going to do them. This is going to be quite a long tag. I wonder whether to cut it off already. Well, let's just check how long it is, if it's ever going to be. It's about nearly just over 8 inches. So I think I will trim this one down because it is rather a long piece of paper. Get in under there. Right, so I'm just going to trim off this kind of deep bit at the bottom. And then that's a better size. And now we can do some gluing. So I've got a pile of papers here that I've been doing the similar thing to Rachel, glue on them and then put them aside so I can glue on them again. But you don't want them hanging around for too long. You just mess up your craft room. Glue that one in. So I've got our tag base all ready to go. This is quite long as well, actually, thinking about it. I'll glue it and then I might measure it and see if I actually do need to trim a bit off. How straight is this? I'm not sure. That's a bit better. Just going to measure this on my mat to see if I do need to trim it a bit. Might just take a bit off, I think. It's just over 7 1/4, so it will take up quite a tall one, I think. Right. So that's that one. And now that's the glue page, not the pocket. Right, that one's gluey enough. How are we doing on the length of this one? This is another just over 7. Maybe I'll keep this one full length because it's okay. But leave myself the option to trim it afterwards. There's a bit of a lumpy bit there, I might just pull that off. So it's another quite sunny, slightly springy February day. We've had a few days that have been very mild lately. It's been lovely. The garden is enjoying it. We're starting to get daffodils coming out and primroses, I think we've got in the garden. And yeah, a few things are springing into life, which is lovely. But you just feel like it's not going to last. We're going to have another cold snap, and a lot of these little flowers that are poking their heads up and saying, "Oh, spring's on its way," are suddenly going to get bitten by frost or something in a week or so's time. It's going to get a bit colder towards the end of the week, but I don't think it's going to get as cold as that, and hopefully it's not. But you never know. You can never trust it until, well, April really, and even then you can still get frosts. But we're quite enjoying it just being that bit milder at the moment. Just wondering if there's a few bits that just need to be pulled off the edge of that. It's going to be a little bit lumpy. Yeah, maybe I should have trimmed that a little bit. I think it'll be alright. And one more. Keep your mind on the job. Whoa, that's tearing even more. Oh no. Right, need another piece. should have changed my glue page. To make sure I put the piece of ephemera on that side to strengthen it. Right. And our next job is going to be to put some backing on these, some writing to make the writing space. It's a bit torn there, but I'll put something over that, and that won't be visible. Right, so I've got a piece of old book page, but I don't know if this is going to be big enough. It's the same colour. We don't really want it to match too closely, do we? Which one will that? I don't have many of these bits, and it's not too bad for writing on this one. Just got to find a bit that it will cover. Yep, I think it will be okay on that one, because there's quite a lot of blank space on here anyway. Turn that off. Go a bit further to near the edge. That's it. That'll go on there. So I need a piece for this. I wonder if this piece, this is a piece of lacy digital. That's probably, if I just take it above where the pink beads are, the pink bit, we don't really want pink bits on it. And that will work there. I think it's just a little bit skew-iff on that side. I'm just going to bring that down a fraction. Oh, this keeps sliding about. I still don't think it's straight. Cannot stay straight. I don't know why I didn't just get the trimmer out and while I was done with it, really, but never mind. Hopefully that will be still okay. That one. This one, what should we use for this one? Got some of Rachel's lovely backing papers here. I'm going to use my trimmer. Let's do this. Let's do that there. Do I want to keep the pink? I might put it at the bottom. It's very pretty. Okay. I'm sorry about the odd cough. I'll try and edit some of them out. It might not be easy to edit everything out because the coughing is intermittent, but it hasn't gone away. They do say, you know, if you get a cough, it can last up to 3 weeks. If it goes on beyond 3 weeks, then you might need to get it looked at. But I was talking to my sister yesterday. We hadn't talked for a while, so I thought I'd give her a call, see how things are doing. And she's had a cough, and she's in her 3rd week, and she sounded the same as me. She said it was, you know, she's coming to the end, but it was still catching her. I think when you talk on the phone sometimes, or talk at all, it always triggers off a cough. So I'm just sitting there waving my trimmer about, trying to find somewhere to put it while I find another piece of paper for backing. There we are. I'm going to use a piece of this, which is I think this is some Artimase. I think it's an Artimase dyed papers, digital. Yeah, so I thought, well, I'm only in my 2nd week. I've got another week of this to go, so oh well. But no, I had heard that before, that you need to give it 3 weeks to go properly. And after that, you know, you're justified in maybe going to see the doctor if you still can't shift it. I need to cut the length as well, don't I? Just need to trim this off a bit because there's a bit of white showing still. One. It's pretty, isn't it? And this last one, maybe go back to some of Rachel's paper, because I do love her papers. Bit of that. Yeah, maybe there. Let's see. Which way should we do it? I think I might take it this way. Oops. Turn this off at the bottom. Okay, so now we can start gluing these on. And I will do my usual when it comes to gluing things and speed you up. Right, so they're all done. I have to apologise. I turned the camera off because I needed to go and find some slightly bigger glue pages, because the ones I was using, I was having to shift the paper up and down just to get it on and get it glued, and I thought this is going to be a bit of a pain, so I thought, well, I'll get some bigger pages so I can do it all in one go. And then, of course, I forgot to turn the camera back on. I thought I'd turned it on, but I'd pressed the button, but it didn't actually come on, and I hadn't realised. So you didn't miss much. You just missed me gluing on these backing papers, apart from the last couple. So those are now done. So now we'll get on to the actual interesting bit of adding a bit of decoration. So I'll turn them over and start again. Let's just move these bits of packing paper out the way now. And I don't think I'm going to need my trimmer, but that doesn't mean I won't. And now I've got my ephemera pieces. These are actually, I think, left over from when we did week 1, which was the inspiration for this week. Still got a load left from doing that one, so that's quite nice. So I've got plenty here to work with. And a few other odd bits that I might decide to use instead. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we'll stick with the formula that Rachel was using and use some of these pieces. Got to find one that's a bit of a contrast. Some of them are going to be a bit too big, I think. This is nice colour, but the size is wrong, I suppose. No, I don't really want to cut it down. But this one. So again, it's a little bit, not quite the right size, I don't think. I like this one. Probably used this one before. It's a really nice one. Don't know if there's enough contrast in that one. I might use that for another one. I haven't got enough of these to use. I can't remember how big the one she was using. I think they were longer rather than wider. There's that one. That's almost the same colour. There's this one. Nope. Okay, we'll go with this one. But I might... I did print off a few more. I might just go and get those, see if any of those are better size, because these are kind of not quite the size or shape that I'm really looking for. So, okay, I'm back, and I have pulled out a few more pieces. I've realised I need some things that are portrait rather than landscape, so hopefully I've got enough here to do these tags with. And yes, I haven't made the same mistake twice. I've checked the cameras on, so we're all good. I don't usually do it twice in one video. Forget to turn the camera on. Right, so I've got a few pieces here. Hopefully I've got some choices now. Some of them I'll have to adapt because they're a bit big. But I've got a few bits here. Most of these are pink one-up prints. There's a couple of bits from the Rachel and Bella Crafts Welsh ephemera kit that I've got. So I think that's quite nice on there. I mean, it's a bit more, it's more of a big label rather than a piece of ephemera. So maybe that's a bit too leery. I've got another one here that's a bit more neutral, but then it's almost too neutral. But actually on there I quite like that because it's got a really pretty flower. I might go with that one. I've got it printed twice. They've come out slightly different colours, and actually different size as well for some reason. Is that a better size? That's a bit too big, I think. I prefer that one. Oh well. You just never know. Right, so the next one I've got, what have I got on the other side? Okay. I've got this really nice piece. I think it's a piece of Artemis ephemera or some, I'm not sure. But that would be quite nice on there, isn't it? Wrapped around. Yeah, I quite like that. And this is quite a wide one, which is good because we've got some bigger pieces here. So I've got this one, it's a Welsh factory one. I may have to trim it down a bit. Yes, it's a bit too big. I think I might trim it both ways. Let's just see if there's another one that I prefer. Quite a few of these are about the right height, but they're a bit too long, so I'm going to have to make a choice. No, I don't like the colour of that one so much on there. And I've got this one. I will have to trim this one down a bit too, I think. I think I prefer this first one with here. This sort of slightly green tone to it. So I'll do that when I get to it, and I'll trim it when I get there. Now this is my smallest one. Can I use this piece for that with a nice stamp? Yeah, I think I can. That one there. Got this piece. Is that big enough? Oh, do I prefer that on here? Maybe on the other side. Yes, I think I prefer that one on there actually. This one maybe not. What about this one on here, I think? Again, it will need trimming. I might just trim it here. I don't know. It's hard to know which bit to cut off because you've got the nice writing and the stamp, but then this one's got the year. Like that. This one needs to wrap around this way because it's got the tear here. Right, so I will use that, but I'll try and cut it down to fit in the right places. Right, okay. Just double check I don't prefer this one. It's not enough of a contrast for me. I do like this, but I'm not sure if it's quite right on any of these. Okay, let's just move these all out of the way. All the ones I had already done turned out to be not much use to me. So I think I had my tear ruler. Yes, here it is. I'm going to tear it to about there, I think. And I think we're going to have to tear a bit off the top and a bit off the bottom. Otherwise it's just too big. Not going to get away with it. I'll just tear a little bit off the bottom. It's gone a bit wibbly wobbly, but I don't think it matters actually in this situation. And I'm going to have to, I may be able to use that piece somewhere else, but I'm going to have to tear this piece off. Just too big. So let's glue that on. I wonder if I've left too much to wrap around actually. It doesn't need to be a very big piece. I don't think I want it as much wrapped around as that. I have to take a bit more off. I'm going to cut it because I don't really want to get glue all over my ruler. It's easier to get off the scissors. There we are. That looks all right. Okay. And there. Next one. So this nice little one. Again, I'm going to wrap it on this side because this is a nice big blank space, and we can still see that lovely font. I might just do a little bit of inking along that side where it joins. big lump of glue. Okay. Wipe my fingers, I'm just getting so sticky. Right, another one we've got to cut down. It's one of the Welsh ephemera pieces. You can tell because it says Royal Welsh Factory. Newtown, North Wales. Ha! My husband's cousin lives there with his family. Just going to tear that bit off at the bottom. And should we go the other way? Oh no, it's usually, I'm finding I'm having to go around that though, just because of the design that's on the front. And I think that's just a little bit too much. Just going to tear that off. I'm definitely not as good at tearing on this side, and it's not too bad. These bits can always be used in collage, can't they? So we did have a really nice weekend. Well, I had a nice day on Saturday. My friends who live in Norfolk, who you've heard me talk about before, well, the wife, my friend Wendy, I've known her for 35 years, something like that. No, longer than that. We used to live quite close to each other. And so we see them reasonably often because we go to Norfolk a couple of times a year probably, and they come up and visit their girls who live near where I used to live. And they were supposed to come and see us at New Year, but she wasn't very well. She woke up and she'd been really, well, no, the day before she was due to come, she was feeling really poorly. So they ended up having to just go home instead of coming to see us on their way, which they planned to, which was a shame. Anyway, they came up. They've come up for a few days, and they came here first on Saturday came for lunch, and then they stayed for the afternoon, and we had a lovely catch up because we hadn't been able to show them all the things that we'd done to the house, and they were keen to see, and we were keen to show them. So that was really nice, and yeah, we had a lovely afternoon with them. And we're meeting our other two friends on Wednesday for lunch before they go home. Yeah, so that'll be lovely when the four of us will get together for the first time in quite a while. Now I think this one I'm going to wrap around the other way. Oh, no, that's a gluey one. Get rid of that. Oh, doesn't that look lovely down the side there? That's a nice little bit of decoration on the back. Okay, and the last one. Where shall I fold that? Do that one that way as well. Oop. Yep, not terribly straight, I don't know why. Just go. Quick wipe on the desk. Right, I've brought myself a few options for decorating these. What's the backing? This is fairly plain, but it's very floral, this one. So I might want something contrasting. I don't know. So I don't really want another flower, do I? Do I want a bird? I don't know. Let's see if I can find one that will work. in amongst the flowers. Mm-hmm. No. Robin, well, he's quite nice on there. Felt like I needed something a little bigger, but I don't know if I've got anything like that. Could do with some bigger birds, I think. All of mine are quite small, really. So sometimes I'm looking for small ones. What about him? He makes a bit of a splash, doesn't he? And what's he, a cardinal? It's quite nice there. Don't know if I've got anything else that would be suitable. So either the cardinal or the robin. He might be a robin as well, I guess. Looks similar, doesn't he? Just from a different kit. He doesn't quite take up the space that might be needed. I might go for this one because he just seems to dominate a little bit more. I need to cut this little white pit out. And I'll have to ink around him because he's got bits of white showing here and there where I haven't cut him out brilliantly. But you don't really have to if you can just ink it away. Basically it's like disappearing ink, isn't it? Just makes everything, all the white disappear. Some ink in there. There we are. So I'm going to pop him on there, I think. Okay, not there. Right. I probably could use, actually I could use the glue stick, couldn't I, for this? It doesn't really need the heavy-handed hot glitter glue. I think he might be nice on there. There. Yeah, I like that because this piece is actually almost a focal point in itself, isn't it? I think that looks good, like that. Okay, let's do our one with the roses on. So what can we put with that? Well, I do have these not cut out yet. These are some some ballet slippers. Yeah, that'll be all right on the other side as well. Where are my cutting scissors? These ones. Right. Really pretty ballet slippers, and they, oops, what's this bit? Yeah, these are from the, just cut out the cut aparts from the Stamperia paper pad Passion that I will be using when I get started on that journal. I'm still putting bits together for doing that, so I'm not ready to start that yet. But soon-ish. Not sure really. Right, so that's that one. Okay, I need a biggish piece for this. I guess a nice big flower would be good on here, wouldn't it? Okay. Some of these are from books, some of them are digitals. It's a whole mishmash really in here. And they do tend to get a bit tangled. That's quite nice. Is it big enough? Makes even more of a splash, doesn't it, that one? Maybe I want something longer. Don't know. I mean, you could put just about any colour on here. I just feel it needs to have a bit of presence. A bit small. Have I got anything big enough? That's the question. That's what I'm finding with some of these big tags. They're actually it's quite difficult sometimes to find something big enough as a focal point. That one, I like that. That's definitely an option. I don't like that as much, really enough. Have I got anything else? I think a lot of these are actually Rachel's digitals. But I do quite like some of them, not all of them. Yeah, I like that one. I think that's probably going to be, it may be that I'd add something more. Oh, we've got labels to put on these, haven't we, as well? Yeah, I've forgotten that. Yes, 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 we're going to put labels on, so that will help fill the space. Okay. There's quite a lot of processes to this. I'd forgotten that one. Nearly forgotten. I'm probably trying to do too many here. Maybe I should just finish those 3 and finish the other 2 off camera. Maybe I think that would make sense, because I think the video is going to be way too long otherwise. Just go over the edge a touch on that one. Okay. Alright, so let's just finish off these 3. I have got 2 more I'd like to do, and I've got some more little. No, I want to finish them, so it may be that the labels are added, or I will just have to speed everything up a lot, do lots of editing to get everything in. So I've got a couple of things that I might like to use for my, where did you come from? My accordion journal. So I don't know, I might just use one of those. Let's pair them up. So I've got this piece, which I can cut down a bit, with the stag on it. He's rather nice, isn't he? Or I've got the wolf. So I think one of those on here would work. And that actually works quite well, because on this one I think I quite like one of these beautiful fairies. There's either her, she's a bit smaller, but then I might cut this off a bit. She's rather sweet. Yeah, I think I might go with her. Alright, so I'll leave those to finish, just so you've seen what I'm going to use. Right, I think these are all going to need some nice big labels. So, these are all of these are Shabby Dabby Doodah labels. Different sizes, different colours. What colour do we want for this one? That one there, whoops. Yep, I think. Just see if there's any other. No, don't like that. See if I need a bigger one. The bigger one look better because it is quite a wide. Yeah, I think that's better. I'm not sure about the colour now. I think we'll go with that. Just got another colour I want to try. That colour look better. No, I think we'll go with the green. Okay, that's that one. Alright. No, needs to go down a bit. Something like that. Okay, that one on there. What about on the ballet one? Let's look for a Roxy Creations one. I don't know really where I should put one on here, because it doesn't seem to need an awful lot extra. Maybe I'll put it somewhere different. About down there. I like the colour of that with the others. Yeah, I think I might do that with that one. And with this one, put one there. No, it needs to be something bigger. Go back to the Shabby Dabby Doodah ones, I think. I can't remember whether she wrapped these ones around as well. I suppose I could, but I don't have to. I could just cut them off. Yeah, it's a little bit, it's a bit too much. Yeah, I think it might be a bit too much. I quite like that one, but don't know. Ooh, vertical one. No. Isn't it funny how sometimes it's these small decisions that take the longest time? No, I don't like that one. Maybe it was just that one was too big. Maybe go with, is that the right way? No, that one. Yeah, maybe I'll just do the smaller one of that. I think that's what I'll do. Just had another thought. Some numbers. Nope, don't know about that one. No, I think I'll stick with what I've got. Okay. Right, I think just need to trim this off a little bit more on these corners. Oop. No, that way around. Okay, that's that one. This one I think I might just chop off because it's quite a big piece to wrap around. I don't want to completely cover up this red dragon. I'll put that there. Didn't think it, did I? Never mind, I don't think it shows. That one, and this one I might just put there, just trim off that little tiny bit, just have it going off the edge a little. Will that one wrap around? I don't think I want it to. You can overdo that, especially if there was already something. This is already wrapped around anyway. Yeah, okay, that's just a little finishing touch at the end. Right, let's just trim off the corners. I'm going to give the top corners a slightly bigger clip than the bottom ones. All the bits flying everywhere. And our final touch is to punch the hole. Luckily enough, I also have one of these punches. I think it's called a Euro punch. There we are. Try and get it central. That's it. That's that one. Right, so these are the three we got finished. I'm going to probably ink around them. I might just trim that off a bit across the top there. It looks a bit rough. But yeah, I really like these. They're a bit different. And I've got a couple more there to finish off, which I will show you. I'll put some pictures up at the end and you'll see them finished. So thank you for joining me today. And I've had a really good time. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves too. And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.